I'm Christy Allen, and this is my video editing statement for our first assignment for Journalism 215. I really enjoyed this assignment because it allowed me to look at things differently. For example, I know that I'm constantly surrounded by color, but when it came to photographing something that a person would see and instantly think, wow, that represents color, I kind of struggled to find that. But I ended up selecting the image I did of my roommate's desk because it showed a rainbow spectrum. And I actually found that it was a lot easier to photograph subjects that were one color. And I chose the image of the wood chips because although it was one color monochromatic, it still had a textural feel to it. I also retook several of my shots for wide angle because I typically like to tighten up an image when I can, and for that it was difficult when you're trying to show the wide angle aspect of it. So with the snow, I thought the bell tower was a pretty good wide angle shot. And I also really enjoyed my telephoto image because those parking meters with the blurred parking lines behind it was a very artistic feel, I thought. Blurred action was the most difficult for me personally. I tried several different subjects, several different actions before I found something that I liked, and even then the lighting wasn't exactly how I would have liked it for the photo. However, enough of that shot was in focus and enough of it was blurred that I thought it was good, except for the lighting aspect I wasn't a huge fan of. I had a lot of fun taking the stop action photos, which is unfortunately why there are so many gallery pages for you to look through. Sorry about that. But it was a beautiful Saturday afternoon, and my boyfriend and his brother were playing basketball, and I had a lot of fun capturing their action with the stop action. The high-low angles were also fun because, again, it forced me to look at things differently. I don't usually lay on my back in the hallway to just see what the ceiling looks like, but when I did, I actually found that the different alarms and vents made quite a unique image. And then every day, well not every day, but several times a week, I climb up to the third and fourth floors of Mumford Hall on the staircase, and I look down, and that's such a cool angle that I was happy that I was able to actually capture that for this assignment, because the way the staircases go, it makes a pretty unique image, I think. And then the hard and soft shadows were some of my favorites. Because of the artsy feel, I was able to compose the images to really work with the shadow elements, and also for the soft shadows, that's actually a canvas that I created, and with the lights, I just love it because it's in my room, and when we have those lights on, it's just so relaxing, and I was happy that I was able to capture that in an image. And then for the hard shadows, I loved kind of the rust in the shape of the bike racks, and how those played with the image, the shadows, to compose quite an artsy image. Also, I really got to get out and explore nature a lot for this project, and that's what I ended up using for the close-up and super close-up. The problem with the super close-up is that trying to get it in focus because it was moving a lot, but I thought that the movement and the kind of blur actually added to the image, and that super close-up actually ended up being one of my favorite images from the project. And then also for the just normal close-up, I really liked the blur of the background and how that helped the branch stand out on its own. And as for the morning, noon, and night shots, I thought the trickiest part was trying to get the composition of the image the same in each one, because there was a road right in front, and I wanted similar amount of road, there was a crosswalk, the same amount of the crosswalk every time, the same amount of the building, so that was the hardest part for me of that one. And then, as for the videos, I really was happy that I was able to use that medium for that because having the sound aspect of the girl playing the piano really added to it, whereas if it had just been a photography, we would have missed out on the sound aspect of that photo. And then, of course, there's the good old selfie, which are usually a struggle for me. I did find some good lighting for that, but unfortunately the background of my selfie was kind of cluttered, so I didn't like that so much, but hey, got it done. And overall, I really enjoyed this project and getting to experiment with this camera. So this is my video editing statement for our first assignment. Stay tuned for the next one.